Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I will explain from this theory and first explain with Sister Aisyah Nurul Fikri. Kak, mulai.
Ya, sebentar.
Sinyalnya.
Distinctive feature. Introduction. So far, we have studied a phoneme as being a distinct unit. We think of the as being a unified entity, forming a unit. This is not really the whole story. If we look at phoneme, we can see that it actually consists of a set of phonetic properties which distinguish it from other phonemes. Thus, the phoneme B, for instance, has the phonetic properties such as oral, consonant, labial, voices anterior. The interest is distinctive feature started way back to the works of a great phonetician Turbekus 1939. Although we was very much interested in the subject for typological classification on language, he nevertheless is considered as the pioneer in this field of study. His interest was further expanded by Jacobson 1952, who could be considered the father of the distinctive feature theory. He believed that the sound could be put in a binary opposition of either X or Y. Using the symbol plus and negative, he would say, for instance, that the phoneme B is plus oral, vocalic, nasal, interior plus voice. And in a less scientific way, we say that B is a sound produced to or mount safety plus oral. It is not a vowel. Negative vocalic. It is not produced to the nose plus nasal. It is produced in the front part of the mouth plus anterior, and it is produced in the front part of the vibrating plus voice. Jacob's theory was later considered inadequate to cover all human language. Chomsky and Hall, 1978, developed the theory further by adding more features. They will still use the binary opposite to simple, but make use of articulatory than acoustic terminologies as previously used by Jacobson.
Tinggalan lah.
Classification of distinctive feature. All distinctive features from the acoustic properties and the articulatory point of view. The features for consonant are different from those for vowel, although there are some features common both. Distinctive feature for consonant by considering the acoustic properties such as fundamental source feature. We have the following distinctive feature: plus vocalic, consonantal, negative vocalic, negative consonantal. A sound can be consonantal or non-consonantal. A particular sound, such as a, o, and o, are plus vocalic, whereas b, t, and m are plus consonantal. Sounds such as w and y are both plus vocalic and plus consonantal because they can function as vowel as in the word cow and die, or as consonantal as on word win and yes. Distinctive features are universal in nature in that all languages have them. Which of the features used in any particular language may vary. Most languages have p, b, st, d, and k, g. But some may only have p, t, g in other words. These few languages do not have the feature plus voice for consonantal style. Some consonantal sounds are strident, that is, they have irregular wave from the spectrogram. Sounds of this type are normally accompanied by a hissing noise. Thus, s, p, and z are plus strident. We have from its more regular the sound are called mellow, so sound as t and the R plus mellow. If the octave properties we use are resonance, we have a sound with R plus compact or diffuse. These two sounds are different from each other on the basis of their resonating cavities. Compact sound have more open cavity than diffuse sound. Thus, we have the following plus compact ke, ge, s, dan nge, plus diffuse te, de, s, ne. There are other features which are accountically or articulatory based such as following. A sonorant. A sound is plus sonorant if its production is automatically accompanied by the vibration of the vocal flow that is voiceless. All voiceless m, n, g, I, r, y, and w are sonorant. Manual stop fricative and affricative such as p, g, p, and s are sonorant. B plus coronal, a sound made with the blade of the tongue raised toward the bronchus. The alveolar rise or the palate is plus coronal. The if the blade is natural, the sound is coronal. Coronal. Labial p, m, and velar ke, nge. Plus anterior. A sound is considered plus anterior if the obstruction of the airstream is not further back from the alveolar rise. Thus, p, t, d are plus anterior. On the other hand, a sound is negative anterior if the obstruction is further back. Behind the alveoli, t, g, and ng, b. Labial. A sound is considered plus labial if the obstruction of the airstream is on lips, p, p, m. If the obstruction is not on lips, the sound is labial, t, g, e. If a sound or vowel for intent from syllables, therefore why they are syllabic. Most consonants are syllabic as they normally do not fill in the nose short in a syllable. Under certain circumstances, however, some consonants, notably e and n, can also be plus syllabic. All vowels, some consonants such as E and N. Constituent, a sound that can be produced continuously as long as the breath remains is a constituent. Constituent so sounds such use are the constituent if a sound is produced in such a way that noise is until there is no way of prolonging it. The sound is constituent. For instance, the sound b, b, or k. Once until is finished, we cannot extend our breath longer. These sounds are therefore negative constituent. There are also features which are found both in consonant as well as in vowel. These are, for instance, high, low, and back, all referring to tongue, head, edge, or the area where these sounds are produced. The sound k, for instance, has the future plus height and plus back, just like u. If we look at future presented above, we can see that intent is plus oral, plus consonantal, negative vocalic, negative voices, negative positive anterior, positive labial. The sound m share many features in common with b is plus oral, while m is plus nasal. As the matter of the fact, each sound has a bundle of a filter which separates it from any other sound, while the distinguishing feature for b and m is only the passage through which the sound produces. Both b and m consist of the passage and the voicing. That is, b is a negative voice while m is a voicing. So b and m are distinguished by two distinctive features, voice and voiceless and oral nasal. If we look now at the distinctive feature chart below, we will find the feature of our English consonant. By looking at the chart above, we can see that p is represented as plus oral, negative nasal, plus consonantal, negative vocalic, voiceless, constituent, sibilant, plus anterior, plus labial, negative coronal, negative high, negative low, negative back. Since plus oral implies future vowel revolve around the stage of the tongue, the filter can be dropped that the feature plus consonant and negative vocalic should continue to be used because not all consonantal sounds are negative vocalic. Two minutes for high, low, and back filter are necessary to spread the sound from cycle with its positive high, positive back, and positive low. Distinctive feature for vowel. The distinctive feature for vowel revolve around the stage of the tongue. The stage which is used as the point of departure is the natural position. That is the position when the tongue makes the main central vowel. Our statement refer to this position. Therefore, we have the following feature for vowel. High. A sound is high when the tongue is raised above the natural position. Those vowel sounds as E and O are high while A and E are plus high. Low. A sound is plus low when the tongue position is below the natural position A and A. On the other hand, the sound E and O are negative low. Back. A sound is back when the tongue is pulled back from the natural position, and O, the future negative back, is the reverb E and A. Tense. A sound is plus round when the sound is produced with more muscle tension and it normally followed by late ending E and E. The example for tenses are often referred to as plus lax vowel are E, A, E. Round. A sound is negative round when the sound is made with the lips being produced E, O. When the lips are spread, the vowel is rounded E, A, E. We can represent the distinctive feature the English vowel chart 2 below. From the chart, above, we can see that E, for instance, has the following distinctive feature: plus oral, plus vocalic, negative, consonantal, plus high, negative low, negative back, negative rounded, plus tense. Tia, Anastia Rahayu.
Ya, hadir. So, distinctive features first word. Now that we have discussed the distinctive features for consonants and vowel, we can see that a word is composed of bundles of distinctive features. Witness the example for the working below where the significant features are given: ke, plus oral, plus cons, negative vocalic, negative interior, negative labial, negative consonant, plus back, plus high, negative voice. E, plus oral, plus vocalic, negative consonant, negative interior, negative back. Ngeh, plus nasal, plus cons, plus high, plus back, and negative continuant. Next.
Ya.
Lama.
Lama. Bentar ya. Lama sih.
Iya.
Udah berubah belum?
Belum, di sini belum.
Lama ya?
Iya, tadi juga lama. Belum berubah-berubah. Belum berubah, guys. Sabar.
Belum. Mungkin dari laptopnya.
Masih.
Tadi yang mana? Dah. Dah kebaca nggak?
Nah, coba. If we have compared the word king above with other words such as sing and king, we will notice that the difference is due to the distinctive features of the sound. The difference between sing and king for apa ini, is in instance is that the first sound in king is plus back, plus high, and negative continuous. Whereas the first sound of sing and king is negative back, negative high, and plus continuous, and plus strident. Next. Gak kelihatan tahu.
Nggak kelihatan.
Gak kelihatan sama sekali. Sonatory order in syllables. There are sounds in language that are automatical accompanied by by voice by voicing. That is when the sounds are produced. The vocal folds automatically vibrate. The sounds are plus sonorant. The sound m and r vowel, for instance, belong to this group. On the other hand, there are all sounds which do not have these features. The sound p, for instance, is produced without the vocal fold vibration. While p is with the vibration, we can see then that some sounds are sonorant and some are not. The order of sonority plays a significant role in determining the forms of syllable. We recall that a syllable consists of an onset, a nucleus, and a coda. The onsets of the coda uh, can consist of more than one consonant. In case where this is the case, what sounds or sounds can precede or follow the nucleus, follow the sonatory order are described. Examples: plain, plain, cry or cry. The onset for plain consists of the consonants p and e. If we look at the sonatory, ya keganti. Sonatory card, we will see that p is less sonorant than p. Then the same is true for cry. K is less sonorant than er. This phenomenon in universal, that is, the consonants for an onset in any language follows orders of less to more sonorant. The coda, consider the following examples. Plan. Plan. See here that the coda for the form plan is m, p. If we look at the card again, we will see that m is more sonorant than the second word plans. Plans has the ends against plans. We see here that ng is more sonorant than z. The order of sonatory for the coda is just the opposite of the one for the onset. In the onset, it starts with a more sonorant and moves upward toward and more sonorant sounds. While in the coda, it starts with more sonorant and ends with a less sonorant sound. Next, Alvin.
Next, number 4, order, rules, and phonology. In life, humans do things following certain order, although we may not be aware of that we do. The same is true when we deal with phonology. Humans produce sounds by following a certain order to come up with the right forms. Let's start with a good and easy example from French. In French, a vowel which is followed by a nasal sound because nasalized. This the word bone would is pronounced as bone, where the sound O is nasalized into N. In order to produce this word, we must to delete the N first. We must first nasalize the vowel, only then do we delete the N. The order of A below wrong, the right one is B. A, bone, delete N, no nasalizations, bow. B, bone, nasalize, bone, delete N. The process in A is wrong because we have delayed the nasal sound N before we make the vowel nasalized. With the deletions of N, first there is no way we can nasalize. The nasal N can then be dropped. In other words, the rule is applied in the order of 1 nasalizations and 2 the deletions of the consonant N, not vice versa. Another example is the plural form in English. Putting aside the irregular forms such as children and feet, we recall that the English plurals are represented by the sounds is, us, and ush. The plural allomorphic form is used when the word ends in any is. This sounds ush, sh, sh, j, 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 also called the sibilants. The allomorph is used when the word ends in a voice sounds other than the sounds above, and the form as is used elsewhere. In terms of generative phonology, we can set up a rule for the above phenomenon. We must first determine which of the 3 forms will be used as the base, or often called the underlying form. The criterion used is that we choose an underlying form that will make the description simpler and more economical. In this case, we can then the following phonological rule. A. Insert I before sibilants. B. Use S when the word ends in positive voice. Use S when the word ends in negative voice. The order of A, B, and then C above is necessary to avoid the generations of wrong form. If we put A last, we will produce forms such as judge, this, and was, because rules B and C, which become the first and the second rules, tell us to do so. Let's play the rule for word judge, dog, and cat. Judge does not become J is because rule A has been cat. Cat does not become KA GS because rule A has been applied before C. We see again here that the rules must be ordered in order to produce the correct forms.
Baca. Let's apply the rule forward junks dog and cat junks A B G just is B they are does not become they are because rule has been applied. Cat see cats. Cats does not become cats because rule has been applied before. We see again here that the rule must be ordered in the order produce the concert form.
Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Live ya, live meeting ya.
Ya,
Dadah guys, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
thank you.
Ini langsung